are so much fun with all of you. Also, they're fun for me because I read it and then I just answer intuitively on what comes through versus preparing an answer for you. So they're also, these little mini calls are similar to what it feels like to be in a container with me as your coach and just hear what it intuitively comes through for guidance. Okay, so this question has a little bit of a backstory as well. I'm a Reiki master, EFT practitioner, card reader, and intuitive. How can I break through my limiting beliefs that tell me I need a stable income and can't rely on my spiritual/healing practice as my only source of income? So I'm going to start there. I'm going to start with, there's two questions here. So I'm going to start with that one from this person. What does stable income mean? What does that mean? I want you to think about what a stable income means to you. How do you define stable income? So my guess for this person is that they think stable income means a 9-to-5 job with a bi-weekly paycheck. Maybe. I could be wrong. And then this person says, I can't rely on my spiritual/healing practice as my only source of income. Why? Why can't you rely on it? Why can't you, I want to change the word to rely on it to trust it. Why can't you trust your healing practice to be your only source of income? Why can't you trust yourself? Why can't you trust yourself to be an energetic match to as many dollars as you want to bring in each month? So there's definitely some limiting beliefs and lack coming up in the way that this is even worded. But the stable income is really interesting to me because, for example, I worked a remote 9-to-5 job for about three to 4 years. And while I had the 9-to-5 and I had the bi-weekly paycheck, it was far from stable. I was horribly underpaid starting at $20,000 a year as a contractor. I think when I quit, I was at like 32 maybe thousand a year, still as a contractor. And so, yeah, I had the 9-to-5. Yeah, I had a bi-weekly paycheck, but that didn't feel stable to me. So this is where I want you really to dissect, what does stable income mean to you? Is it a certain amount of money? Is it the structure in which you get paid? Is it a W-2 income? What is it? Because this is important for this person or for any of you who feel this way. I had poor connection. It's back. Hello, I'm back. So 9-to-5 job in the city they love, and it pays 6 figures. So let's say they make $120,000 a year, W-2 at a corporation in a city they love. And from all of us outside that looks really stable. That seems like a stable income. But who's to say that that's a stable income? Maybe that person has $100,000 of expenses every year. So they're actually living off of $20K. Does that still make it stable? Or let's say they don't have $100K of expenses, but instead, as is the case in almost every job, that they have an employer, that $120K might feel really abundant for this person, but they could be let go. The company could go under at any point. At any point, they could be laid off or fired. It doesn't have to be they did something wrong. It might just be like the company is failing or something. So this is what I'm doing is I'm challenging this person's beliefs and the way that they define stable income. Because there's always something. There's always the potential for a business to fail. There's always a potential for expenses to rise. There's always something. So then we have to go back to trust. Trust. So why can't I rely, or I can't rely on my spiritual healing practice as my only source of income? Why? Can you trust that? And really, it's not trusting that, it's trusting yourself when you're an entrepreneur. So that's where I would encourage this person to spend time doing the inner work, is trusting themselves, trusting their own ability, skills, drive, motivation, money, mindset, for sure. Okay, so there's just a few thoughts there. I'm going to go on to the next part of this question. So same person says, also, how do I overcome the imposter syndrome that sneaks up and makes me believe that I can't help others if I can't get my own health fully under control? I have a mystery illness, likely something autoimmune, but no diagnosis. Any insights would be much appreciated. Sometimes we just need an example. And if you just need an example of how this is not true, you can use me. And you can use, I think, every single woman inside my Illuminated coach training program as well. I love working with women who have had a experience with challenge. Not that I want that for them, but like, I love working with those people. Over half the women inside my coach training program have autoimmune, chronic illness. I have chronic illness. I just went through a miscarriage last month. I'm on 40 pills a day right now. I'm on this one binder that's literally pulling radiation out of my body. And sometimes I'm really tired. And so is my health fully under control? No, it's never going to be fucking under control. Control's an illusion. Control's an illusion. I can feel safe and at home. I can love my body. I can nurture and nourish my body. I can love the shit out of my body. But control is limiting. Control is actually limiting. And so if you need the example, myself and probably over half the women in this group as well are examples of women who have health issues or have had health issues and yet still go after their dreams. For myself, it's my own experience with illness, and I have 3 diagnosed autoimmune diseases on top of a lot of other root causes and a lot of other issues and anxiety and all these things. I still have it, still there somewhere in my body. That's not how I identify myself, though. And that's part of why I moved away from Autoimmune Tribe as my brand and into the Uncensored Empath. And I see now my experience, whether it's last month or the past 15 years of health issues, I see all of those experiences as a strength that make me a better coach, that make me more relatable, easier to hire for all y'all listening. Because when you work with me, you're not going to feel like you have to have perfect health. When you need to cancel a call because you're having a migraine or you're having a horrible fatigue day, I'm going to say, I get it. We're not getting on a call today. You need to take care of yourself. I get that. And I've been through so many things in my own health that I can probably give you a little insight into what you're going through and be a little bit of your health coach for a moment. That's a benefit to my clients. The empathy that comes with that, the life experience, the relatability, that is all a strength. So I want you to really look at it from this lens versus that imposter lens that it sounds like this person has been viewing their own health issues through. And instead realize that all the shit turns into gold. And that is part of what makes you so amazing and so strong and so resilient. And you can utilize everything you've learned in this mystery illness process, regardless of whether you know what it is or not, and you can take all that resilience and you can apply it to your business. Everything's connected. You guys see that? Okay. I think that's all I have to say there. Just that again, the wording here, I can't get my own health fully under control. I already talked about the word control, but I would also challenge this person to consider, what is the ideal state? Can you build the internal representation of how you want to feel, even if it's not perfect or under this illusion of control? And instead, how do you want to feel? Because it is easier to show up and to serve and to hold space for others and to be on the computer and all this when you do feel good. So I want you to feel really, really, really fucking good. But I don't want you to have this limiting belief that because of health issues means you can't do what you dream of doing. And part of the manifestation in this can be, how do I want to feel? Have you even thought about how you want to feel, or have you focused only on how I'm currently feeling? So that also snaps us out of the repetitive cycle of what's been happening and considers, like, break the pattern, and how do I want to, even if I don't know how I'm going to get there yet, how do I want to feel? Okay. I've got one more question to answer for this little marathon of coaching with Sarah calls. So I'll see you for that last one in just a minute.